Welcome back to the first semifinal matchup in the Vega Battlegrounds Championship. This is the Illuminati Invitational featuring Fintech versus Nerd. Neither of these summoners has lost a single match. Here we go, game set match or game round match in this tournament. They have both generously volunteered to screen share their matchup through Discord. Thank you so much for being here. I will bring up the bracket very quickly, and I want to get you back to this action as soon as we can. There's a delay. That's on me. I had some work stuff come up. But there you go. You can see the tournament. You can see the bracket. You see the beautiful trophy that they are playing for, designed by none other than our community member, Moose. His Twitter feed is in the description, as well as the YouTube pages of both Fintech and Nerd. Please do me a massive favor. Go and support their channels. Tell them how much you appreciate this is going on, the great show they're putting on. And then I want to welcome my co-host for today, Campo MC. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Vega. Thanks for having me. And yeah, we're getting into the action already. Two incredible players here. It's no surprise to me that they've both made it this far. Huge rosters, really smart players. They're both Alliance War officers, so they're really good at dissecting matchups and picking good counters. And I think we're in for a fun one. And I wouldn't put money on this because I have no idea who's going to win. It's going to be that crazy.
Yeah, so. I agree. I think this would be like one of those evens. It'd be like you bet 100, you could win 100. We're not going to give you more because these guys are just so evenly matched up. They're just so outrageously. And I also think that we're probably going to see multiple times something that most of us have never seen before, meaning like a matchup being used, a champion being used for a defender, something like that. They know this game so well, and they also have the skills that they've worked for to pull it off. There may be a lot of silence while we just sit here dumbfounded watching. There also may be a lot of screaming because it's so exciting. I'm pumped up.
Absolutely. Right out of the gate here, we've got Hyperion versus Havok, which, obviously he has no armor up, but he is able to heavy counter. I'm going to be interested to see how Finn plays this one, because the Archangel versus Doom is going to be super fast, unless if Doom, does some silly things and he's not able to heavy. So, all right, so we got parry heavy to start.
And as I've said multiple times throughout this tournament, when we see something like this, I usually think they know something I do not. And then I find out, yes, that is true. They knew something I didn't. I was wondering if it may have been kind of an efficient loss, so to speak. Knowing Finn, though, even if that was the case, he's going to put on a great performance and do something that's going to astound us. It looks like Nerd finally does have up 3 Neuros down there, but 2 fell off, so he's that crit resistance from Doom. We've talked about this all tournament, how much that comes into play.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know Hyperion is someone that some people used in the Act 6 Havok boss, I think, for some reason. Just having the access to the power and the damage, and playing Havok without armor up, you essentially need to be just baiting heavies and special 2s. And I mean, he ended with full health because he had those plasma debuffs on him. That was an outstanding Hyperion fight that we just saw there. He got to the special 3 first, then did some special 2s. Obviously, you don't want to be throwing incinerates. Pretty impressive right out of the gate there.
That was kind of what we said. Be prepared to see things you hadn't thought of before, and then watch it get implemented perfectly. I mean, 53,000 points. There's nothing else to say about that. We will catch up on chat. Thank you so much for the donation, Easy. For those who are just tuning in, please go support both these guys. They have so much to teach us as a community. I know I've learned so much from watching them. Go support them. The links to their channels are in the description of the stream and linked in this chat. We already just saw Hyperion versus Havok. I know me. I'm like, it's Havok. I absolutely have to have a champion with an armor up, or I will die quickly. And Fintech goes and gets 53,000 points. Okay.
So we've got the 2, the Rock warriors here.
Yeah.
And all right, so obviously he's going to be using the slow debuff on Stealthy here. This is a pretty good matchup since it's not a rank 4 Stealthy, or is it?
No, it appears to be a rank 2. I'm a little concerned because it looks like Nerd hopefully that connection issue is just purely between his phone and the Discord and not actually happening in game. Let's see what happens there. He's got a spinning wheel. We can obviously comment on Toad versus.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the wheel, the Wi-Fi symbol there.
Right.
Okay, it just connected, and now he's got to start in the middle here. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be triggering protection per se because it's not a rank 4 stealthy. And he will have that slow debuff up the entire time, which means he can just smack into him as much as he wants. And then, obviously Toad is there to help punish, the shrugging and all that, but he doesn't really have a way to counter the thorns. So I'd imagine he's going to take some damage and not end with 100% health. But whoa, okay. That took a turn.
I still think Nerd has a chance to win this, despite, he looks like he lost a little over 30 seconds there. Let's see what this SP2 does. If he can get that protection down. Oh, he probably won't throw the SP2 because that will trigger it. So he's comboing. Thing, fortunately, does throw the special. Oh, look at that. He loses by less than 400 points. What is that, 320? 320 points. Obviously, those 30 seconds would have come into play. But we play it as the game plays. It is what it is. We've got to move on. Nerd's going to have to try to just be as resilient as he can. You don't like to see that happen, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I mean, it as you said, though, it's part of the game, unfortunately.
Yep.
And you just have to take it in stride.
Yep.
And he definitely played well, though. That was as good of a matchup against Thing as we could see from Stealthy.
Yep. I'm going to take a second to just say hello to the chat, all the people in here. N.A., what's up? Marcus, how you doing, buddy? A Naz, Pete, Dubs, Q. Taz Girl, what is going on? How you doing, Seki? It happens, man. It happens. Tom Jarvis, how you doing? You checking out the competition? Tom will be going up against Legacy, I think, next Tuesday. They have been... I really do appreciate it. Well, my schedule is going to be tough this week, so I hope most of you know I am hosting a meetup this Saturday in the City of Industry at Frank & Sons. It is one of the best places in all of California, is my understanding, to go and check out all your comic needs, all of that stuff. We're going to be having a great meetup there. Marcus is going to be there. Anyways, the point is I have to travel down to San Diego for it. And so we had a lot of scheduling issues this week. Legacy, Tom Jarvis, they're going next week. They're going to get that done. PWF, thank you very much for letting me know. Alberto Raid, thank you so much, Alberto. And thank you so much for the raid, everyone who has come over to hang out. I'm going with Massacre. It could be Massacre, but I like saying Massacre. Ghost Dog, how you doing, buddy? Jelly, Laser, Ephraim, so many people. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I hope you're enjoying the show these two are putting on for us.
It looks like we're just... Nerd is just trying to reconnect to the game. That's always a good way to deal with the connection issues. So it's just going to be another minute here.
Yeah. He gets his 3 minutes, and I think with this being the semifinals, them making it this far, we can maybe even relax that a little bit. This clearly isn't. Pausing just for the sake of pause. I heard the chuckle and I got a little worried because Nerd and Finn are in the chat with us, but they've both been definitely muted. And I was like, I think Nerd can hear us. But that's actually B McG, I believe. Welcome to the chat, my friend. How are you?
I snuck in. I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
Yeah. Hey, well, I appreciate you doing it. Thanks so much for being here.
All right, so we got the second match has started now.
Finn's deck looks scary.
They both are, right? They're so finely tuned for not only like how they play, but everyone remember, this is the friendly nodes meta, I guess it is, right? So it's really just that if the champion evades, you get a disorient on it. Not many people leaned into it too strong.
Mm-hmm.
Could come up there with Mr. Fantastic. I don't think he's going to pull his Mr. Fantastic, though. I'd be surprised.
So Finn's got a couple comfort champs here. He is quite good with Tigra, as many people probably know, and Black Cat. So I'm curious. It's interesting to see him blindly going with Black Cat, because normally if I'm playing Battlegrounds, I wait to see if there's a fight that she can counter, but he's so confident in his abilities that he just drafts her in the first round like that. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that's been I've learned a lot from commenting on all these is a lot of these guys playing at this level in this way, they'll sometimes pick a champion as like a deterrent. Like we saw Finn take Black Cat. I agree with you. I would not take her unless there was someone whose abilities I could cause to fail, so I could get all that damage done, right? But then Nerd didn't take his Hulkling. Now he might not have taken his Hulkling anyway, but I know Hulkling's one of those champions I almost always take when they come up. I'm just thinking or wondering if Black Cat was there as a deterrent.
I do that with Archangel, personally. So, like, if I'm starting out my draft and I have, to pick one character out of the 3 for my first pick, I could go with Archangel and force him to pick characters that I can't use Archangel on, which is a cool way to, alter the drafting process of the opponent.
And I see people in the chat asking, and I think I said Ghost Dog, but I just like saying Ghost Dog, so I'm going to say it again. This is Campo MC and B McG, 2 amazing channels. Well, they're humans. They have amazing channels. And if they'd be willing to link their channels in the chat, I'd appreciate it so people could check out after they hear all the knowledge they have to share. All right, we've got this. We've seen Juggernaut. Juggernaut came on huge. Aiden, Egatron came on big, was like, opened all of our eyes on how great Juggernaut could do. And we've seen him continue to do good things this term. I'm curious to see how that plays up top. And then Nerd's got one of his comfort champions, Silver Surfer, here against Penny. I know he knows this matchup exceedingly well. I really recommend you do your best to keep an eye on both of these matchups to see some pretty cool things.
So one of the things I like about the way Nerd plays Surfer is he goes for the Fury first. I know a lot of people like to get the power gain first because then you just get that buff right away, but he always delays, does a combo, gets the Fury, and then now he's got 2 Furies into the unblockable special 2. Unfortunately, none of the hits crits.
Yeah.
But he's still in pretty good shape because, Juggernaut is pretty incredible right now, but Surfer versus Penny is pretty safe. Unfortunately, though, the shield came back.
If just one of those crits, I think this turn is a different outcome. Again, that's RNG. That's how this goes. Finn gets it. You saw the massive special there at the end to win. That's how it's going to be for both these guys the whole time. It's going to take stuff like that to decide between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't sleep on Juggernaut buff, though, right?
No, sir.
Same goes for Surfer, though. Everyone thinks he's just like a prestige king, and like as he is, he's awesome on attack for Battlegrounds. These health pools are amazing for him. Yeah,
I mean, Nerd just lost by like a couple of thousand. If one of those crits, it's a different outcome. And I think we're gonna get what we needed here because Cream Cheese is now cheering for Nerd, as we know that's worked like 99% of the time. So thank you.
Got the CGR battles here. B McG is pretty familiar with CGR. I don't know if you've got any input on both of these fights here.
CGR versus Killmonger is a pretty straightforward fight. Killmonger is pretty much shut down due to the armor break. I'm not too sure on Black Cat, though. I'm not sure how her defensive kit really works.
She has a chance to evade. So I don't think, again, this wasn't a throw by Finn.
Yeah.
But I do think maybe he's setting up the third round a little bit here. She does have a chance to evade. I don't think she does anything about crits, but that wasn't a huge SP2, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, the crits shouldn't matter. That was probably just RNG again. But he's going in for the kill now.
He needs this to finish her.
Hopefully this is enough.
And
there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Supporter extraordinaire, OG Highline, cheering for USA. We have truly an international Final Four here. It's pretty cool.
Honestly, would have expected CGR versus Killmonger to be the winning fight of that round.
Mm-hmm. He got lucky with no evades. I know that. I don't know exactly how that mechanic works, but I know that especially for a champ that needs to finish his combos, like that could be rough if she evaded at the right time.
Yeah, agreed.
AB, it's going to be Legacy versus Tom Jarvis. Tom's in the chat right there. He's just recently started his channel. I've already learned so much. I think he's got like 4 videos on Battlegrounds. I've learned so much about him just from watching those 4 videos.
I thought you were talking to me for a second, then I looked at the chat.
Oh, so, yeah.
All right. All right. So it looks like there was a little stream lag, but hopefully we get to see this Stealthy versus Thing again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's got the slow up. He's got the fury up. Now he has the precision. So Stealthy is essentially set up now.
This is a little interesting. Finn was able to pull it off anyways, getting to go unblockable there. But I was like, he's not going to have a high chance to have his Infuriate stick.
Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing the chat saying that connection issues got nerd. I actually wasn't watching at that time. Was there a different defender it looked like he would have gone with? Is that what happened?
It may have auto-picked Crossbones for him. I'm not 100% sure, though. I saw the little Wi-Fi symbol, but it was tough to tell exactly what happened there.
No, nerd wanted to do Crossbones. Okay, thanks, Now. I appreciate you letting me know. Because if he had, I would have stepped in and told him to not worry about streaming. I want to put on a good show, but I want the competitors come first, right? The competitors come first. We want them in as good a place as possible to feel good about what they're able to do. AB, I'm with you, man. It's been a learning experience for me. I feel like the first round of the group stage in this tournament, everyone was really trying. Everyone was taking it very seriously, but there was a more casual nature about the matchups, I feel, to what we've seen the last 2 weeks. The intensity with which these players, really, it started in the round of 16. The intensity that they bring, the knowledge they bring, it's truly a different level, in my opinion. Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get the scoreboard wrong. Thank you for letting me know. What's up, Yusuf? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I think back to my very first matchup. It was against Clowniest Clown, and it was super casual. We were just joking, two guys having fun playing Battlegrounds, and then it's definitely changed a little bit now.
Yeah.
With the intensity. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, you got that right. I'm gonna make this go 7 rounds, no matter what I have to do. I'll just be like, no, guys, sorry, nerd won that. I don't care what you saw. It was nerd. I think we still got a shot at 7. Just the way these two play.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can't count any of these guys out.
So he's got Sunspot, who I know is definitely someone he's been leaning into a little bit lately on offense. So I'd be curious to see who the Sunspot match is if he gets one.
I have an idea who it is, but I don't want to spoil anything. He's been practicing quite a bit.
That's awesome.
That's not what I expected.
Neither of these are what I expected. This is interesting.
Yeah, neither of these, yeah.
As we
I think Sunspot can definitely do this. It's just you're going to have to watch the power gain.
Yeah.
The Finn is from Finland and Nerd is from the US. We've seen Finn doing some pretty crazy stuff with his Massacre, so I'm keeping a close eye on that. That power gain of Killmonger is going to be interesting how Nerd manages it, but so far so good.
I'm worried once he starts dropping special ones, he might push him red.
Oh, that is such a big SB2 up there. Massacre is SP2 into the block.
So I guess he's just planning to eat a little bit of poison damage, right? But it doesn't look like it's even adding up to that much.
I think this is going to come down to, does this special 2 kill Killmonger or not? It looks like Nerd's worried it won't.
Yeah.
Resist,
he was getting some nice perfect block parries there, though. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's not going to come even close.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
He probably saw that there wasn't another Sunspot match or something and just kind of thought that he'd give this one a whirl. Potentially, at least.
There was one character that Finn drafted,
okay.
I think, that he had been practicing with Sunspot. That's why I was kind of shocked that he chose Sunspot for Killmonger here.
We'll see. We'll see as this progresses. Thank you so much for the donation, Michael. I really appreciate the support for the tournament.
Well, Nerd does have a good option for who I thought he'd be using. So, yeah, that looks like a strategic, not great matchup is the best way I can put it.
Yeah. I mean, it could have worked out, but
yeah.
MU8s, Fentaceptor, and Sweeta, thank you so much for being here.
All right, so we've got Tigra versus Hulkling, which is a pretty safe matchup. And Doom versus Korg is very safe, but it does take a minute.
We have Nerd using Tigra against Fintech. Something poetic about that.
Absolutely. Fintech was like the OG Tigra guy, right?
Yeah. I feel like him and Buddy Lee were at the cutting edge there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was others. It's just that's who I knew. And can think of at the moment.
Nice.
I'm curious to see if Finn, I think Finn's going to go to the SP3. It feels like that's become kind of the standard accepted way to do that matchup. I'm curious to see if he does, knowing that Tiger versus Hulkling may go fast. Oh, the parry of this special too.
It's all right. So the end of it was unblockable. There is a way to punish the special one because that last blast is a projectile, and we just saw it there. That's sort of the finessed way to play it. But it looks like it's going to be plenty of damage.
Yeah,
and we're good.
The whole thing was moved.
Yeah. So
there we go.
Yeah, that last special
this
two
Korg
was perfectly timed.
I think this Korg is rank 4 now, right?
Not sure.
He's acting like he is. Whether he is or not, he's playing the role.
The PI looks a bit low for rank 4, though.
That's true. If it's Sig 200, it would be higher, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't expect Nerd to rank 4 Korg unless he is Sig 200. Although it might be a sneaky rank 4. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, he did his job.
Yeah.
This is pretty pivotal. I'm always saying how anyone could come back. Nothing would surprise me out of these competitors. Going down 3-0 to Finns, no one wants to be there. You don't want to be down 3-0 to Nerd.
Yeah.
You don't want to be down 3-0. So this is big. That was interesting. The switch from, I don't remember even who was there, to Doom.
Stealthy first, yeah.
Yeah, and then but Finn had Mr. Negative ready to go from the, I wonder if that that was odd. Everyone else saw that, right?
Yeah.
All right, Nerd goes back to the well here with Stealthy versus Thing. We do know how that should go. Finn clearly knows how to play Mr. Negative. He's going to work to get as many of those dark energies as possible, right? Before he throws that SP2.
Yep. And we're noticing a little bit of chip damage just because Doom has ridiculous block penetration. So, okay. Unfortunately, Nerd just took a hit.
Yeah, so he's probably going to need to win on time now, right? Because those 21 degens are ticking hard. It looks like they may even finish Doom off.
That was an intense special too there. Wow.
Yeah. 53,000 points. Is that a rank 3 or a rank 4, Mr. Negative?
That I didn't catch.
I'm curious about this thing now too, because these stealthy matchups are going a little slower than I would expect.
The PI looks like it's a rank 3 negative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the issue with Stealthy is that his damage mode is the physical vulnerability debuffs, and in order to get the slow, you don't get the damage, you know? So those big fat crits that we're used to seeing Stealthy doing when you need the slow, they're just going to be a little bit less.
You know, and Cream Cheese is pointing out that is a rank 4 thing. So
Yeah,
I think that's part of
beefy boy.
What we're seeing there.
He's quickly become one of the safest investments you can make into any character in MCoC.
Yeah, the way the modes with this Battlegrounds, and then with
Battlegrounds, Alliance War, Incursions, he's just so useful.
He literally is safe in war. That's true. That was good use of the word.
Yeah,
that's good to see when a character from he's 2019 or something. Like I always like when these older characters kind of have a renaissance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nerd's probably taking his 3 minutes, which he's entitled to do, and I'm glad he's doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that's him, it might be Finn. I don't know. I wasn't reading any communication between the two of them, so. Jelly, I agree. That was some pretty crazy Mr. Negative play out of Finn. That really did like an MP Plays video. Yusafa, think in Alliance War. Yusafa's familiar with utilizing thing in Alliance War.
I actually used mine in War for the first time in a while, and it actually went pretty okay. It was fun. But, did they switch up their bands?
I'm pretty sure these are the bands they've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah, which, makes sense.
Taking away Nerd's Fury and Monkey is a very smart strategy against Nerd.
Yeah.
I do like how the competitors have been kind of having some fun with how they name their decks.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Spin? How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for being here. I can't believe it's the semis either. It feels like we were just doing the draft show for this, and I was holding up pieces of paper that I didn't realize until it was over that no one could see.
That was
one of the
stream.
things that. Oh yeah, I remember that one. One of the things that impresses me is how relatively quickly these drafts are going. It's like their brains are working in a way where they see something and they can immediately react. I feel like I'm always waffling to the last second when I'm playing Battlegrounds. So that says a lot about their knowledge.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Yeah, I feel like these guys get tons of reps in because they're both in high Celestial, I think. And that kind of quick reaction time is needed up there.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like watching speed chess.
Yeah,
no, hold on, slow down. I need you to slow down so I can catch up to what just happened. And they're already moving on to the next one.
So this definitely works. The Tigra over here. I'm pretty sure Nerd runs points in inequity, which means if the debuff starts stacking, the damage goes down.
Yep.
And then in terms of Omega Red, I think it's all about just the short parries here, because you don't necessarily want to be hitting Mephisto and getting the Incinerate, but it's really tough to stack those spores without Sabretooth. So, and there he locked in a little bit there, but this is a tricky one.
Yeah, that didn't go the way you would want at all.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure he knew that the Tigra thing would just be 30 seconds long or whatever. So, yeah.
What's up, Zuzu? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. Triple G, how you doing? Finn is OP, and he's playing like it right now. Absolutely, from match one.
He's gotten. I think this is more a statement of how strong his deck is, but it feels like anytime a defender's drafted, he's just got an answer sitting right there. But I don't necessarily think that's luck. I think it's just the way he's constructed his deck is super versatile.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was kind of like between a rock and a hard place, because it's either CGR versus Killmonger or Black Cat versus Thing, both of which are pretty quick matches, So he made the last minute switch to Killmonger, and hopefully the crit resistance can, for Nerd's favor here, stall a little bit, and we can see how this Tigra matchup goes.
Yeah, this is a rank 4 Killmonger too, so hopefully. I mean, I'm not trying to hope, but I'd love to see more matches today.
Absolutely, we're always in favor of more Battlegrounds.
Yeah, it's always okay to cheer for whoever's not winning at the moment, because it just means extended time. Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
I think Finn's got it though. I mean, just based on what we're seeing, it's
Although he just went red.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he was relying on being able to finish off Killmonger while the damnation was still up, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah. However, the special 3 is a pretty weak special 3, so it really didn't do that much damage.
Yeah, and he's got more health than Nerd does down here with Tigra, so that should be it. Yep.
Well, that was definitely quite a performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, cream cheese. We didn't do our job well enough, my friend. We didn't do our job well enough. That I think that was just an amazing performance.
Yeah.
Like Campo said, I really think that was just Fintech playing like Fintech can play, and he did a phenomenal job. Let's see if he is available for a quick interview.
Yeah, I am.
Hey,
if you can hear me.
Yes, we can. That was potentially the most efficient performance in a series of efficient performances. Anything in there that was particularly something you want to point out or talk about?
Well, regarding that last fight there, I'm pretty sure I only won because I run max in equity and I had all the debuffs on Killmonger.
Yeah. And that SP3 just didn't do much damage, right?
Yeah, that should have been a loss there.
Were you thinking that you'd be able to finish him off while the damnation was still up? Is that what the plan was, or?
I didn't think he would get to his special 3 at the end of my combo before the power lock, but since it's a rank 4, it has that tiny little extra combat power rate, so he got his special 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And your thing, is that a rank 4? It was given Nerd Fits.
Yeah, it's a rank 4 SIG 200.
Wow. Okay. Have you? I feel like you have the incursions runs with that thing.
No, I actually ranked him up after I did my run.
Wow. Going back, we're going to go back all the way. I think this may have even been the first game of the whole match, was the Hyperion versus Havok. I was one of those times where I said, usually these people know something I don't. Did you know it would go that fast? Was that your thinking, that you would do that well in that matchup?
I have done the fight faster than that. I didn't mean to use my special 3 when I did. I was trying to throw my special 2, but I got too much power there.
Okay.
That's what I thought, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did get very lucky. My second heavy gave me 5 Furies, so every single hit.
Yeah.
That's very lucky. Yeah. I know people have used Hyperion before, like in Abyss. Like some people brought him out when it first came out, and there was that Act 6 Havok. So, he's oddly one of those good counters that doesn't have an armor up. And I just wasn't sure if you were planning to win that fight or if you were, because it was an Archangel against Doom, which could potentially go very fast, but the RNG wasn't really on Nerd's side. So were you going for broke there to win that match, or were you kind of just hoping for the best?
He was my only option against Havok there that I could use, and I couldn't use Hyperion as a defender because, if I remember correctly, he had a Tigra on his team, so he was a useless defender at that point.
Gotcha. Well, that was a good play, and that really kind of set it up right out of the gate there.
B, do you have any questions for Finn?
So I'm just curious. Did you feel like you made a lot of mistakes in your matches? Yeah. See, because I watched as much as I could. I watched the 3 rounds, and I felt like the only mistake I saw you make was the special 3 you ate from Killmonger, and I think the other hosts would probably agree there. It's just you don't make mistakes often, and that's why you were one of the most feared people coming into this. It's just insane to think that you think some of the things you've done were mistakes, but we're just no, that's just normal Finn stuff.
Well, I can name a few of my mistakes here.
Yeah, definitely list those because I'm interested.
Yeah. The special 3 against Havok was the first one.
Yeah.
And then I completely messed up this CGR against Killmonger fight. The Hulkling against Crossbones, I ate the first part of his SP1. I'm not really sure how the second part didn't connect.
Yeah.
Then the negative versus Doom pretty much went
versus Doom was
as
insane.
well as that could go, right? Was that a rank 4 negative or?
No, he's a rank 3.
Okay, that's what we thought.
I couldn't believe that SP2 killed him. I was as we were announcing it, I was watching. I think that those degens are actually going to kill that Doom. That was incredible.
Yeah, if you get all 20 of them, he can take down most Mystics with a single special too.
Jeez Louise.
That's awesome.
That's incredible. You've earned these skills. I hope it's clear.
Yeah.
This is us just really amazed by the gameplay we saw, and you put on an amazing performance. You just did. Again.
I'm sad we didn't see any Black Cat, honestly, but I think Nerd was aware of what she can do, especially in your hands, and sort of tried to pick defender.
I didn't get any matchups for him or her.
Yeah.
Before we go much farther, I do want to say I absolutely no one makes it this far and then wants to lose. Nerd has been incredible throughout this whole thing. He was in this. You look at the scores. There's a couple 2-1s. He did have a connection issue. He didn't play as well as he normally could. He just went up against an amazing opponent. But I want to give a huge congratulations, shout out, and a thank you to Nerd, one of the best Battleground players in the world. And I'm excited to see him in the second tournament. So, Nerd, if you're listening or if you do watch us on playback, thank you for everything you've done. I think you should be incredibly proud. And thank you for putting on a great show for us. I'd like to ask every single person viewing to make sure they go support Finn and Nerd. The links to their channels are in the description and in the chat. Finn, you're going to be going up against the winner of TJ and Legacy. That will be happening next Tuesday. I believe it's the 8th.
Oh, next week?
Yeah. It's going to take them a bit. I'm going to be out of town. I'm actually leaving to go to Southern California for a meetup on Saturday. So it's going to take a while. And then we're going to have to get your matchup with the winner of that one in before Battlegrounds closes. So hopefully that won't be an issue. And we can figure that out in the line chat if it is.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and it'll just be one. It'll just be you versus Lags or TJ. I assume you've played against both of them quite a few times. Is there anyone that you would prefer to match up against?
Well, I've played more against TJ than I have against Legacy. But against Legacy, if I remember correctly, he hasn't won a single round against me yet when we have fought in BGs. So in that sense, I would rather fight him. But I know TJ's deck a lot better, so I'm more comfortable fighting him.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. I don't know what else to say besides that was just an amazing, efficient, and highly skilled performance. B and Campo, do you have anything else?
So did you, how different was your deck today versus like last week, for example? Did you change some stuff up for Nerd specifically?
I believe I only had a single new rank up
Okay.
that I actually hid from him because he does our alliance for defense. I didn't tell anybody about the rank up
Oh, that's
because
funny.
of that.
That's awesome.
And it did come into play, but I'm still not sure if I should tell who it is.
Because the interesting thing was like it just, I don't know if it was just the luck of the draft or, you know, if your deck is so well constructed, it just always seemed like you had a really viable counter for every defender when they came up, you know? So that, some of that is RNG, but I also think it really speaks to the way you built your deck because it just seemed very versatile. You had RPG counters for everything and you knew how to use them, you know, like that Mr. Negative, that Juggernaut, things like that were just spot on. So really impressive work, dude.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest about my deck, I pretty much threw it together with what champions I had. I didn't really put that much thought into it.
I love the forthrightness. Well, my
It just
friend,
kind of worked out, so I never changed it.
that's
Gotcha.
awesome. I don't think there's much else to say besides amazing performance. Thank you for putting it on for everyone. Thanks for coming on and talking afterwards. And I look forward to seeing you in the finals against either Legacy or TJ, who will be going on Tuesday, the 8th. A little bit of time to look forward to that. So with all that being said, thank you so much for the donation, EZ. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Everyone, please go support Nerd and Fintech. Huge thank you to Campo and BMcG for being on call with me today. I'd like to let Campo, BMcG, and then Finn, we'll go Campo, BMcG, Finn, sign us out for the stream today.
Well, no, it's been
the honors.
absolutely. Well, yeah, thanks again, Vega. This tournament's just been top notch the whole time, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, times 2 to what Campo said, and if you guys are here watching the stream, like Vega's stream. View count is high, but the likes are low, so help Vega out too.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the finals next time.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.